Good morning, students. It is Monday, December 7th, and it is day one of trimester 2. So today it's a fresh start, and you can see that in our warm-up for today, it talks about what's a goal you have that you'd like to set for yourself in language arts this trimester. So one goal you'd like to set for yourself, that might be, not getting any late work. That might be practice using complete sentences with punctuation, or maybe something that you are hoping to learn more about in language arts, maybe that you didn't do so well on in the first trimester. So that's your warm-up for today. And then today we are officially beginning our Greek gods research presentation. So I'm going to go through a couple things on Google Classroom. All of you have signed up for trimester 2's Google Classroom, so this should be easy for you. Because it's right there. It's brand new and it's teal this time, not blue, and for a reason that we don't really need to get into. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over, the first thing we're going to go over is we're going to look at our Google Classroom for the day. And then we are going to go over our Greek gods presentation assignment sheet, our research project. And then I'm going to show you how to sign up for Gods today, because that is your one additional task that you need to complete today. You've got your warm-up, you've got your video, and your exit ticket. And then there's one additional task, which is to select a god or goddess to research. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Okay. So Monday, December 6th, you can see here, you have, like I talked about, your warm-up having to do with a goal. Then there is your Gods sign up and research project assignment. And then this video is going to be posted as well. And then we have our December 6th exit ticket. So that you cannot do until you sign up for your god or goddess. So let's first look at our Greek gods presentation. And the task I talked about before we went on break, but our Greek gods presentation is a research project. So you will be choosing a Greek god or goddess to research. Then you will take that information and make a slideshow on Google Slides that includes general information about your god or goddess, as well as a summary of a myth featuring your god or goddess. You will also have a bibliography slide telling me where you got your information. Your project should reflect the information you found out about your god or goddess. So, for example, if you select Hades, if you get the god Hades, or actually Poseidon is probably a better example because most people know who Poseidon is. If your god is Poseidon, it would make sense for you to have things having to do with the sea and ocean, and because he is the Greek god of the sea. As we go forward this week, I will talk a little bit more about how your slideshow should be kind of themed and the pictures that you should include, but it should not only have the information about your god or goddess, it should also have like pictures and a theme that's similar to your god or goddess as well. Going in depth on this, there's going to be a title slide, which says your god or goddess's name and your name on it. And then there's going to be general information, which is just, we're going to talk about that this week, what that looks like tomorrow, actually, in our live session. But one of the things we're practicing besides finding information about and doing research is we're also practicing having the right amount of text on a slide. Lots of times slides and slideshows can be just a bunch of words, and it's really hard for people to kind of go through that. You should be doing a lot of in-depth research. You should become an expert in your god. The reason you should become an expert in your god is because you'll be teaching your classmates about it, and that's how we're going to get the information. I'm not going to be teaching about the gods. You are. The graphics used on the slides, those pictures, and should relate to your god or goddess. And then, yes, you are going to want to proofread, meaning go through and make sure you don't have any spelling errors and things like that. When we talk about the amount of text on a slide, this is a very good example. Very few words. The only thing that's on the slides are the important words. So like, instead of doing a full sentence, Cronus's Roman name is Saturn. Here, Roman name equals Saturn. You can see there are bullets, which help break up the information on the page. as well as a picture of the god Kronos. So we're going to talk about this more this week, but we're looking for something like this, not like this. Then the other piece of this is you will need to find a myth, including your god. Now, we read some Greek myths already about like Echo and Narcissus, Pygmalion and Galatea, Orpheus and Eurydice, and there are plenty of stories of myths involving each one of your gods or goddesses. Now, you will be finding that myth, you will be giving me a summary, and then you will be trying to identify a theme for that myth. And then finally, you will have a bibliography slide, which tells me where you found that information. We're going to practice citing our sources. And this means our slideshow should be between 5-6 slides, so it's not super long. And we're going to go through slide by slide in our practice in our work each week. All right, let's keep going because I don't want to make this be too long of a video for you. The next thing I want to look at is our sign up. So for our sign up, it's right here. There are 2 docs. There's your sign up, and then there's that presentation I just went through. I already have this open, and so I'm just going to go right here, and I'm going to zoom in just a hair. So move this over, zoom in. Here we go. So this first page is our instructions. And it says, please go to your appropriate cohort and select a god or goddess to research. It is first come, first serve. If a student has already selected God inside of your cohort, you may not delete their name and enter your own. I can see the editing history of this document, kiddos. So any funny business, meaning any deleting or switching of people's gods or goddesses, I will deal with that accordingly, meaning we will have consequences. So again, I can see the editing history of this document. Be honorable, use integrity, no funny business. It's okay if you don't get your first or second choice. It's okay if the god that you select is one that you've never heard of. The research project, you're supposed to learn about something new. I promise every god and goddess on this list has plenty of interesting information to discover. There are a total of 22 gods to select from, but some advisories have more than 22 students, so some of the gods will have to be doubled up on. Every god must be selected once before you may select a god to double up. Only add your name to the blue cells. There are gray, like dark gray, blackish looking cells. You cannot enter your name there. If you do not select a god by the end of the day Monday, so the end of the day today, I will assign one to you. So your task is, let's say you are in Mr. Plog's advisory and you're in cohort B. So obviously you're not going to sign up on Mr. Cather's advisory page. You're going to go all the way down. Oh, look, there's Mr. Plog's. Now each of these tables looks exactly the same. You can see some are grayed out and some are blue. Mr. Plog's advisory is the biggest advisory. So remember, you can sign up for any of these gods like Aphrodite. Let's say Jeremiah Sadler. He's going to do Aphrodite. Cool. Let's say somebody else really wanted Aphrodite. Well, you can't sign up for Aphrodite as student 2 until every single one of these is already filled up. Because I'm not going to have people doubled up on gods and then we not get the information for a god at all. Okay, so all of the student 1 column need to be filled out before you can move over to this column. So Mr. Lamprecht's advisory is cohort C, and then Miss Doyle's advisory is cohort D. Cohort D, since we have a small group, we're going to discuss how we're going to deal with that, okay? So again, your task, besides your warm-up and exit ticket and watching today's video, is to come to this Google Doc. Every student has editing privileges, so don't mess it up. All you need to do is click on a blue cell and type your name. Okay? Everything else that's it. That's all you have to do for today. You may start doing research on it if you want, but we're not going to start our Google Slides until tomorrow after our live sessions. Okay? I think that's all I have. Oh, I'll go to our classwork for today. Last bit is the exit ticket. And you can't answer this without first going and signing up for your God or Goddess. And I would like you to tell me, 1, which God or Goddess you selected, and 2, why you picked that God. And like I said, it's okay to say it was because it was the only one left. Or maybe you heard about this God in 3rd grade and you want to know a little bit more about it. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share. And there is no secret word of the day today, but if you have any questions, please reach out. Remember, today is my non-live session day, so I'm available for questions during the day, as well as if you have any questions, you can pop into my 1:30 to 2 o'clock language arts classroom time. Okay. I hope you have a great Monday. Have a great start to trimester 2, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow in our live sessions. Okay, bye.